My name is Judd Plattenburg, and I am the owner-president of Oregon Printing Communications. I've been the owner since 2000, and I've worked here since, I hate to say, 1983. I'm showing my age there, but so this has really been my company and my life for a long time. I didn't go to school to be an entrepreneur owner. I really never imagined myself doing that. But I also knew that I was kind of running the company, and I was basically making the other owner kind of rich. So I went to him one day, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I just said, look, I'm going to go work for a big company, or I'm going to buy this company, one of the two. So I went to an accountant and talked about the valuation of it, and I went to what was National City Bank at the time, and I must have been having a pretty good day because I talked the bankers into loaning me enough money to purchase it. And it was a dive head first into real business ownership. It was different, not what I expected. You know, one of the biggest things was all the people that you had worked with for all these years that were your good friends and coworkers. All of a sudden, you change the roles, and you're the guy that signs the paychecks. You're in charge of HR, in charge of everything, and that was a big shift. I couldn't describe it at the time, but I knew I wanted to run more professionally. Run it with systems as opposed to just on the fly, operating, shooting from the hip and everything. Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce had a strategic planning class that I went through, and that was good. And I think one of the great things about that is you're in there with other owners that are kind of looking for the same thing. You know, a lot of what I learned there too is, and I think that most business owners I talk to now, it's about the people, managing the people, having the right people, motivating and inspiring the people, and, just working as a team. 12 for me is a good size. There was a point where it was like grow, grow, grow. And I don't want layers of management, and that's great for some companies I know because they want to grow, they want to make it big. I like being small. It is a big responsibility. I mean, 12 people is a small company, it's a micro company, but it's still 12 lives that you're responsible for getting the paycheck to them, and they depend on that. I mean, they've got house payments or rent payments to make and car payments, so it's you take it seriously. I can buy all the expensive equipment in the world, but if I don't have the right team that really understands where we want to go and what we want to do. So I think that's a big thing I've learned too is listen, but communicate your vision of where you want to go, because we all got to be on the same bus going in the same direction. This is also a very technical business too, and a very capital intensive business. We can drop $500,000 on a piece of equipment. I have a lot of friends that are all retiring, and they want to know when I'm going to join them. And I just love making cool stuff. Sometimes I'll look at what we're doing out there, and it just blows me away. If you would have told me that we're doing what we're doing right now 10 years ago, I'd said you're crazy. You can't do that. Everything has changed with digital printing. The embellishments we do, the printing with, say, white ink on darker papers, and you can do stuff now that wasn't thought of 10 years ago. There's one thing about being an entrepreneur. Sometimes we can get pretty headstrong and think that my idea can't lose, and you know what? It can. There's been some roads we've gone down, but I think I've learned, in the earlier days, I was a little bit more headstrong. We got to do it this way. And I've learned to listen. Anything you can do to help yourself grow and learn more. I'm always listening to books on tape, or you go to some of these conventions and everything. The keynote speakers are always great. There's so many resources, and the more of it you look for, the more of it you find. But I think getting together with other entrepreneurs is a good thing too. There's a lot of passion out there. Maybe it was the same when I got into it too, but I love just listening to some of the ideas, some of the pitches that they do with Launch Date, and some of the things people are getting into. Some of them are just incredible ideas. I've actually got a gallery out in Sugar Creek too that I'm owner with 4 other people, and we've got 14 different photographers in there. It's called Sugar Creek Photography Gallery. So this entrepreneurship must be a little bit serial here. My goal is to really develop a team right now that can run without me being in the middle of it. which is kind of hard for me to do because I'm passionate about it. I love being in the middle of it. There's not many printing companies in downtown Dayton that do what we do. And there's so many people that just love running over here. We've got free parking outside. There's so many nonprofits that we want to help, we want to help them get that cash flow going. But I also need to back out a little bit too, because they're between the gallery and other things that I'm doing. And I think that there's a lot for them in there to be able to run the company without me looking over their back. I'll talk to my accounting agency and some friends of mine that are presidents of engineering companies, and they're going directly to the schools and they're picking out the PhDs and the MBAs, the very top of the line. And I feel like being a smaller company, especially in the industry we're in, sometimes we don't get the very pick of the top of the line. We may not pay as high a wages as the master's students and the PhDs and everybody are getting. But you just got to deal with it. You can get the right people, because there are some good people out there that want to not be in the middle of the big machine. They want to be in the smaller companies. They want to be heard. They want to have their voice be heard. And over the years we've gotten a really good team of some of those people. I am Judd Plattenburg, and I'm an entrepreneur.